Hello friends, welcome to our channel Maxwell Tourism. Today about another lecture for you of OIDC. In the past previous lecture, we have understood what OIDC is, how does it work. We have also seen one of its variety, that is implicit flow. We have also seen demo of it using Okta as well as Google. In this lecture, we are going to see outcode approach of OIDC and why it is more secure. Why does all the organization use it as compared to other flow like implicit and hybrid. Output is preferred more, why it is preferred. And after that, we will be seeing overall flow of it, like how does it work, what is ID token, what are the claims inside it, how does token exchange happen between IDP to SP. All these things we are going to see in the last part of the lecture. You will be going to see demo of it. We will use two platforms. The one will be Auth0 and another will be Google, where Google will act as a IDP and Auth0 will act as a service provider, that is SP. So we are good to go. Let's start. So outcode approach, as we have seen, OIDC 3 approach, implicit, hybrid, and outcode, in which outcode is important. Why I am saying this again and again, that we will see. Just a minute. So the first one is it is more secure. Why outcode is more secure? As you have seen in the previous lecture, in implicit flow, we used to see that token exchange, that is token is shared in the browser, which is not good. Anyone could get the token and get our user claim, which is not good for the user. That user info is shared with any other third party, any third person. So in this token exchange does not happen in browser URL. It usually happen at server to server communication between IDP and SP. Okay. It's about PKC. PKC is another thing that we use in Outcode approach to make our authorization request more secure. Actually, PKC, if you want to understand PKC, I will give you one example that you must have seen. In the movies, you can see that if there is a transaction between two parties, what they will do, they will store one currency and keep one at the there where the transaction happen and one the client who are going to visit there. So they will match the both the currency, and if it matches, then transaction happens. Similarly, here also we use that only. We have one thing, that is code verifier. Code verifier is again a random string which contains certain value. What we will do, we use any algorithm, encrypt it, and send it to client. What client will do? It will decrypt that code verifier, and while a step of token exchange, when they require token, they will send code verifier to us. Okay, so for now, just understand PKC in that way only. In the upcoming lectures, I will be explaining PKC in more detail. We will be have a full lecture completely based on PKC. Okay. So minimum risk of token exchange. Why do I say that there is no token exchange in a browser? I recommend OIDC and OAuth is the organization that also recommend you to use auth code only, as it is best practice. What we will do? We will see one comparison table. After that, your all doubt will be cleared, like why OIDC auth code is best approach in implicit and hybrid. So as you can see, the first point is security. Outcode is highly secure, implicit is low, and hybrid is medium. PKC support, outcode is again, PKC support is done, supported by outcode approach, implicit does not support it, and we see limited in hybrid. Token exposure browser does not happen in outcode, that's why it make it more secure. Implicit it happen, hybrid also partially happen, as ID token is shared in the browser. Recommended by OIDC, yes, outcode is recommended by OIDC, implicit and hybrid are mostly not recommended. So now we will see the overall flow of it, like how does the flow take between IDP and SP and overall process in detail. Okay. So we have two things. One is IDP and another is SP. That is identity provider and service provider. So how does it work? You have login page of SP, where you have either you can log in using credentials such as username and password, or you can use other method, which is login with Google, login with Azure, login with Facebook. You must have seen on the login page. Okay, so if you click on it, so what SP will do? SP will make a auth request at the authorized endpoint of IDP. If you want to see the all the endpoint of IDP, so these are the all endpoint exposed by the IDP while time of registration. So what SP will do, it will make authorized endpoint request that it will be making request at authorized endpoint, and it will make request with a certain parameter that will be. So that parameters are, the first one is, as you can see on the screen, client ID. Client ID is unique for each client, and response type code. Response type code will tell us that it is outcode approach. And scope will it contain what are the user info it need at the last, and what are the claims they needed. For now, we most of the time we send OpenID, email, and profile. But if you want another thing such as phone number, email, address, and all these things, we should add into that. Redirect URL is a callback endpoint where IDP will respond after this request, and state is random string that is used by SP to make request secure. Nonce is another thing used by SP to make more secure. Code challenge, if PKC enable, then code challenge. This is the encrypted value of code verifier, and also algorithm it says like which kind of algorithm is used, and using that IDP will decrypt that. Okay. So request had come to IDP. What IDP will do? It will IDP will validate client ID, is it proper or not. Also response type will check like configured one and this message or not. Scope is stored, and redirect URI check whether it is proper or not. Like match with the database. Again code challenge, decrypt the code challenge, and get code verifier from it. Code verifier from it, and it will store it into DB. Also, it will store nonce into DB that will be used at the time of token exchange. Then state, after all that happen, what it will do, it will make a request at fallback endpoint of SP with two things. One is code and another is state. So SP have received the two things, code and state. Though SP, what SP will do, it will first check that whether state is valid or not, and if a state is valid, it will store code at their end or use this code for token exchange. So first step happen, and after that token exchange happen. So what SP will do, it will make a request for token endpoint at the request for token at the token endpoint with certain parameters. Token endpoint parameters, that is grant type. One thing I will like to say, like first two requests, that is authorized request and callback request, these two are done mostly in browser, and later part of the request, that is token exchange, user info share, all these things happen in server to server. Okay, so this is the token payload, we can say. Grant type, code is there. This code should be same. That one is there at the callback endpoint of the browser. Then redirect URI, client ID, code verifier, if PKC enable, and client secret is also shared. So request has come for the token. What IDP will check? IDP will check whether grant type is proper or not. Code is valid or not. The property of code is like it can use be only once, and it also has expiry time. So it should not expired. This should be checked at the IDP. After that, it will check redirect URI is valid or not. Client ID is valid or not. Code verifier that it has stored at the DB, and code verifier shared by the service provider, that should be same. Okay. Client secret configured. Again, this will be validated. After all that happen, it will share two things to service provider. One is ID token, and another is access token. ID token contains certain claims such as issuer is there, audience is there. Audience is basically client ID. Subject is their name, given name, first name, email verifier, picture. Nonce, as I told you, it is stored nonce, that is also shared. Then its expiry time, issuer time, and expiry time. So what and also access token is shared. So what SP will do? It will validate ID token. How does it validate? It will validate using keys, that is public keys exposed by the IDP. So basically, this is the format of the key which contain like NNE. This is the public key, and algorithm we use KID value, all these things. So it will validate first with this, and it will also check whether the client ID is proper or not, like it is same or not, which have configured here. And also, do you remember the first request, that is odd request? It had send nonce value. That nonce value will also be checked, and apart from it, if all these things permit issuer is check with all these things matches, then it will make request for user info. What SP will make? SP will make request for user info. So for user info, it should make request with access token. If access token is not shared, user info won't be given. So at IDP, it has come with the access token. So what it will check? Access token has certain, what you can say, constraint, like it should be many times, it should be used only once, but sometimes they also allow refresh token, which can be used again and again, but most of the IDP use only once. It should not be expired. It has an expiry time depending on IDP. It may be vary. So if a access token is valid and if it is not expired, then user info is shared. User info contains certain things such as subject name, given name, family name, email, picture, and if it is asked for any other extra claim, such as if it is asked for role, then that will be also shared. Okay, so all these things shared by the IDP to SP. Now what SP will do? SP have got the user info. What it will do? It will make user login into their app. So this is how overall flow of OIDC work. If you imagine two things here, I would like to give you a day-to-day life example. Suppose you go to Facebook and you have option of creating new profile, or you can use login with Google. You have forgot your credential and you want to log in with Google. So you click here, then login page of Google open here, you enter the credential of Google, and after that, what happened? Google shared all the information of yours to Facebook, and Facebook let you log in into their app. So that's how all the things proceed. Now we will see demonstration of it using Auth0 and Google. So here you can see I have registered one Google application in Auth0. If I click on it, so here you can see all the configuration, like name it Google, metadata is shared. You can upload metadata. Metadata contains certain things such as issuer endpoint, JWK token endpoint, all these things. You can upload that, or you can simply give the discovery endpoint of Google. If you have wondered what is discovery endpoint, just see, this is the discovery endpoint of Google, which contain all these parameters. Normally discovery endpoint of Google, just a minute. Generally, discovery endpoint of any IDP contain format of this only. Here the domain of the IDP will be there. Then .val OpenID configuration. So you can simply give that to here instead of uploading metadata. Then you need to share request a response type code, and after that client ID, client secret is there, scope, that what kind of user info you needed. Callback, and this is the callback endpoint given by Auth0 that you need to register at the Google Send. Okay, so once configuration of Auth0 is done, you need to configure it in Google. As you can see, in Google, I have already added one application, that is Auth0. You can see on the screen, I have also added the callback endpoint of Auth0, and here you can get all the details. It says there and also say there. So if we want to test it, we just need to go to Auth0, and here we can test it. Simply what we will do, we will click on Google and click on try, and as you can see, login page of Google is open. So here I can use any other account, as this is already login, so I will use that only. And you can see after all the things happen, user info is there to us. That is my name, family name. Family name is basically last name, nickname, name, profile picture, and all. So I hope if you want to see it now, what we will do use SAML tracer. to make request, like what are the request said, just to check that. Okay. First we will clear it, and now we will try. So you try, as you can see in SAML tracer, here you can see the request is made with certain parameters like client ID, response type, connection form, scope, redirect URI, as I have told you in this video. And after that, if I click login, you can see that how callback endpoint is called there. You can see at the callback endpoint, state is shared, code is shared, here scope is also there. All these things. And as you can also, you will also see that there is no token endpoint call in this tracer. Why does it happen? Because the token endpoint call is made server to server. It does not reflect in the browser. That make it more secure. So I hope you have understood everything about OIDC output approach. And if you are working professional or a student wanting to learning single sign-on with OIDC, I hope this video is very valuable for you and it made you clear about all these things. And if this helped you in any way, please do like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching the video.